This is Barry Zalma speaking for Claim School Incorporated's newsletter, Zalma's Insurance Fraud Letter. This July 15, 2025 issue of Volume 29, issue number 14. Zalma's Insurance Fraud Letter continues its 29th year of publication, dedicated to those involved in reducing the effect of insurance fraud. ZIFL is published 24 times a year by Claim School and is written by me. It is provided free to anyone who visits the site at the link provided in the blog. You can read the full 20-page issue of the July 15 issue of Zalma's Insurance Fraud Letter at the link provided. This issue contains the following articles about insurance fraud. First, an article about the historic basis of punitive damages. It is axiomatic. It is always going to happen that when a claim is denied for fraud, the fraudster will sue for breach of contract on the tort of bad faith and seek punitive damages. The award of punitive-type damages was common in early legal systems and was mentioned in religious law as early as the Book of Exodus. Punitive-type damages were provided for in Babylonian law nearly 4,000 years ago in the Code of Hammurabi, in the Hittite Laws of about 1400 BC, and the Hebrew Covenant Code of Mosaic law of about 1200 BC, and in the Hindu Code of Manu of about 200 BC. You can read this full article in the full 20-page issue of the July 15, 2025 ZIFL at the link provided. The next article is why an insurer refused to submit to no-fault insurance fraud. And in this man bites dog story, the insurer defeated no-fault fraudsters. In State Farm Fire and Casualty versus 123 Medical Group et al., the Supreme Court of New York County on June 30, 2025, dealt with a declaratory judgment requested by State Farm that plaintiff State Farm was not obligated to pay no-fault benefits for the medical treatment of Daryl Branch, Andy Celeste, Marie Claremont, and Marie Mercier for injuries they allegedly sustained in a motor vehicle collision on February 12, 2024, based upon the plaintiff's founded belief that the collision at issue was not an insured event, but a staged accident as part of an insurance fraud scheme. You can read the full article and the full 20 pages of this issue at the link provided. Then there's an article on Moore, McClenny, Mosley, and Associates issue in this ZIFL's 49th installment of the saga of McClenny, Mosley, and Associates and its problems with the federal courts in the state of Louisiana, and what appears to be an effort to profit from what some magistrate and district judges indicate may be criminal conduct to profit from insurance claims relating to hurricane damage to the public of the state of Louisiana. You can read the full article and the full 20-page issue of ZIFL at the link provided. Then there are health insurance fraud convictions, where we report on convictions in federal and state courts, starting with a former chief operating officer of Pain Care Centers was sentenced. Jennifer Adams was ordered to serve 36 months in federal prison for concealing fraud and drug conspiracies. Ms. Adams, 52, of Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, served as Chief Operating Officer of L5 Medical Holdings, a company doing business under the name Pain Care Centers that operated clinics in multiple cities in South Carolina. You can read the full article about this and dozens more convictions for insurance fraud and the full 20-page issue of ZIFL at the link provided. Next is an article I wrote called Excuses for Committing Insurance Fraud, starting with the good cause fraud. Morally and criminally, insurance fraud is always wrongful. Many people within the insurance industry and outside it believe that because insurers are so well funded, that there are good causes for committing insurance fraud. A frightening trend is emerging where judges, jurors, and administrative law courts are refusing to convict or hold responsible perpetrators of fraud if the court is convinced that the fraud is for a good cause. You can read the full article and better understand good cause fraud at the link provided. Next is the article on fraud convictions for other than health insurance fraud, starting with an article about a former insurance agent who was sentenced to 50 months in prison after stealing $3.7 million from an insurance finance company. Tonya Van Roy, 59, a former licensed insurance agent who currently resides in Las Vegas, Nevada, but operated an insurance agency in Northridge, California, was sentenced to 50 months in prison on one federal count of wire fraud after a Department of Insurance investigation revealed that she had stolen more than $3.7 million from a premium finance company named AFCO Credit Corporation. You can read this article about multiple convictions for insurance fraud in the full 20-page issue of the. Thank you for your attention to this video that was adapted from my blog and my newsletter, Zalma on Insurance Fraud, and the blog is at zalma.com/blog. You can subscribe to the blog or to the newsletter at the links provided, and if you do, I would appreciate it if you also view these videos on rumble.com and youtube.com and click on the like button on YouTube and the thumbs up button on rumble.com. If you're interested in further detail about insurance, insurance claims, insurance law, and insurance fraud, please consider for a very small fee subscribing to my Substack publication. Thank you for your attention.